Victoria? Please wake up, Victoria.
What? Who? Adrian? What are you doing here? I told you, I don't want to see you again.
I'm sorry, but I gotta talk to you. I can prove I'm innocent. You can see Angelina here on this photo, Victoria, killing Miss Valley. Here, look at it.
Angelina? But why? I don't understand.
Angelina also gave the order to set the castle on fire. And she killed Sally, Catherine, and Louis, all just because of Mordred's curse. She needed my blood, because only male Gordons are capable of activating Mordred's power. You knew about that, Victoria. Please don't tell me you didn't know.
But she was my little Angelina. How could she do something like that?
I was hoping you could tell me that. There's that order that followed me.
Miss Valley's order? A bunch of bunglers. They wanted to prevent something like what happened 12 years ago from happening again. But they've got no idea what they're fighting against. Most of them see it as an amusing diversion from their lives. Acting mysteriously and having secret meetings in silly frocks. Miss Valley was the only one who really knew what it was about. The original order has existed for hundreds of years. It keeps the secrets hidden. However, we supported Miss Valley financially. It was, after all, in our interest that you, Adrian, did not return to Black Mirror.
I see. I saw something strange there, and I don't know who else I could ask about it. This white lady, exactly the one in this painting, or very similar, I don't know. Either way, I saw her in the woods. She was running around like a ghost. But it wasn't a ghost, was it?
A white lady in the woods? Are you sure?
So it really was a ghost. Oh my God, I really am going crazy.
No. Calm down, Adrian. Everything's fine. Perhaps better than I dared to hope. Tell me more about the lady. What did she look like? What did she have on?
I didn't see her all that well. She had long white hair, she had a long dress on with a belt, with some kind of coat of arms on it.
The woman you saw is Maria Gordon, Mordred's wife. She can find no peace, not for centuries. She wanders the woods of Black Mirror because she's searching for her child. Her child and Mordred's. I've seen her too.
You've seen her too? Then she really does exist.
We're in Black Mirror Castle, Adrian. Which reality are you talking about?
What happened to the child?
All right, what I'm about to tell you has never left these walls. And it would be good if it stayed that way. It's perhaps the oldest of our family stories, and also the most dreadful. You want to know what happened to the child? That's what Maria asks herself to this day. All we know is that Mordred took it away because he thought it wasn't his biological child. He thought Maria cheated on him with his brother, Marcus, and wanted to make her pay for that. What he did to the child remains a mystery until today. It was never seen again.
So Mordred's wife was unfaithful, and because of that he cursed everyone?
No, Maria wasn't unfaithful to Mordred. It was his hate that made him think something like that. Hate and jealousy towards his brother, even though the two of them fought many battles together, side by side. But that was before they came to Black Mirror. Something here changed Mordred, contaminated his heart. He mistrusted everyone. His soldiers, his wife, his brother, became more and more withdrawn, became arrogant. Finally, he looked at his own child and didn't recognize it. Thought he could see similarities with his brother in his face. He wanted to kill it, but no one knows if he did. One thing's for sure. He snatched it from Maria and took it into the catacombs under the castle. In her desperation, Maria called for Marcus, begged him for help. For Mordred, this was further evidence to support his suspicion. Marcus came, challenged Mordred to a duel, and killed him. But he didn't find the child, no matter how he searched. It was as though he'd disappeared.
What kind of curse is it?
Before Mordred died, he put a curse on Marcus's male descendants. They were to complete his work. One day a Gordon devoted to evil would be born, who would bring Mordred back to the realm of the living.
And Angelina wanted to have his power. But why, if only the male Gordons were cursed?
Because you're twins, the curse must have somehow got mixed up.
How's that?
I'm sorry. I can't tell you any more, Adrian. It is just an assumption.
What?
Adrian, we've no time to lose. You're the last Gordon of the Marcus lineage. The castle should belong to you. Give me some paper and a pen. There, in the drawer. I must confirm your true identity. Otherwise, no one will know that you're the lawful heir. Hurry. I can feel my strength waning, Adrian. My life's coming to an end.
No, Victoria, please. I need you. I won't know what to do without you.
Without me, you might not have been in this position. We were very thorough when it came to you. He even had you a death certificate drawn up.
Let me guess. Dr. Herman did that.
We made a mistake. Forgive me, Adrian.
It's all right. You only wanted to protect me. But it might have been better if I'd known what it was about. Then I might not have walked into Angelina's trap. What can you tell me about the ritual chamber?
I've never been there myself. But apparently Mordred's power is strongest there. That place is not of this world. It's in the Shade world.
I think me and Angelina, we heard Mordred when we were there.
What exactly happened in the ritual chamber?
Well, I completed all of the tasks. Spilt my blood on the relief.
And did you speak the words?
I think so.
Oh God, Adrian. Then the ritual's complete. You've laid open the way for Mordred.
What do you mean? Am I cursed now?
Worse, Adrian. Worse. Mordred's spirit is now in you. Adrian, in you. Oh my God, Adrian, what have you done?
Mordred is inside me? Oh, hell, that's exactly what I feared.
Stay calm. Let's stay calm and think. How do you feel? Is anything different?
Yes, there are these visions. They feel quite real. They're sick, violent, but maybe they aren't anymore. I wanted to go for Murray's throat earlier. That definitely wasn't a vision.
When did you see the White Lady last?
Just now, in front of the castle.
Then you haven't yet done evil. Your heart is still pure. You're strong, Adrian. You've managed to resist, and you must continue to do so. Resist Mordred for as long as you can. He will get stronger and stronger, and you will get weaker. He wants to control you. At some point, he will take control of you.
How can I prevent Mordred from controlling me?
There are only two ways to banish him. Mordred's vessel must be destroyed. You know what I mean by that.
I guess you mean the Samuel variety? A little jump from the tower, directly onto a pointy iron fence. Sounds tempting.
It's certainly the easier option.
Really? What would the difficult one be then?
You have to go back to where everything began.
To the ritual chamber? But it's buried.
Where everything began.
But do you mean where Mordred uttered the curse?
It's all written in the book.
In which book?
I'm so tired, Adrian. I can't go on.
No, please don't close your eyes now, Victoria. Stay awake, please. Just tell me what book you're talking about. A chronicle or the Bible?
The book. Please read it. In the room.
Which room?
Under the ground. The 6 menhirs will point you to the entrance.
Which menhirs?
The path begins there. The path you have to follow to the end. To the very end.
Do you mean the big stones around the castle?
Start there. Search at the menhirs. Adrian, promise me.
Yes, I'll do it.
Promise me.
Yes, I promise. Victoria, please wait. There's so much you have to tell me. Victoria.
What are you doing here? How did you get
She's
in?
dying. Do something. Quick!
Leave now.
Lady Victoria Gordon has passed away. She leaves behind an empty place in our hearts. Let us pause a moment and bid her farewell in silent prayer. dear mourners, as we part, I would like to leave you with a few words to reflect upon. Words which have guided Lady Victoria throughout her life in both good and troubled times. So faith, hope, and love abide, these three, said Paul in his letter to the Corinthians. But the greatest of these is love. Now, as we are saying goodbye to Lady Victoria Gordon, let us do so with these words in mind. Amen. Adrian, my sincere condolences.
Thanks.
Your great-grandmother was a quite extraordinary woman.
Yes, she was.
Upright and of good heart.
Yeah. It's a pity I only got to know her so late.
Better late than never. You are Lady Victoria's only kin, and therefore her sole heir. You can now move into the castle and take some time to reflect, to find some peace, Adrian, and say farewell not only to your great-grandmother, but to your old life, too. If you need any help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Father Frederick.
My condolences, Adrian.
Thanks, Doc.
How are you?
Well, this is the funeral of the last member of my family. That's it. From now on, I'm alone on God's earth. Utterly alone. I suddenly find Mordred's presence in my head a little comforting. He is part of the family, after all.
We could have our session now, if you like.
No, I'd just like to have some space right now. Can we move it to this afternoon?
How about 3 o'clock at my practice?
Okay.
See you then, Adrian.
Adrian Gordon, the last, but not the least. Or maybe he is.
What a great time to say that. But I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
That's right. You even carried your great-grandmother to her grave, who you'd known hardly 3 or 4 weeks. Sorry for your sad loss. That I'm sure you'll get over very quickly. And congratulations on hitting the jackpot.
What jackpot? Do you mean the burned-down castle that I'm duty-bound to rebuild according to the will? Or do you mean my being the last in line of a family of sickos and murderers?
You call it that, but anyone else would call inheriting a magnificent estate and rising up into the nobility an incredible, real stroke of luck. But you were always good at playing the victim.
That's what you think. Any other cop would overcome his prejudices and just look at the facts.
Talking of cops, as you're now a British citizen, I'm afraid I can no longer get you deported. Let me make myself clear. The slightest hint of suspicion, and I'll have you back inside. And that's a promise.
Why do you want to keep me so close to you? Haven't you got any other friends? Why don't you go see Denise more often? That'll take the heat off a bit.
You'll soon stop talking so tough.
Have it your way. And now if you excuse me, Inspector, I have to go count my guest bathrooms. Hi, you waiting for me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we are. Our condolences, by the way.
Thanks. I'm Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. I'm Greg. This is Steve. So, you're the boss now, right?
It looks like it. But I still have to get used to the fact.
Okay, boss. Well, maybe the best thing is for you to start right away. In fact, Miss Angelini has forgotten to give us further instructions.
Instructions? To do with the restoration? I don't know. I haven't managed to have a good look around yet.
Sure. Then perhaps you want to get a general overview first. Well, there is a heck of a lot of building work going on.
So, why don't you just get on with your work then?
No offense, sir, to the name of the Gordons, but it would be nice to know if the good lady left anything behind. I mean, apart from the building work.
You mean money-wise?
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Well, see you later then, sir. We'll wait for you in front of the castle.
So this is my new home, Blackmere Castle. A little more spacious than my college room and the prison cell, if not that much brighter. Looks like I think the mailman's been here. I'll have a look. A letter and the newspaper. A letter addressed to me? Strange. I've only just moved in. The Guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, so should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers. Yet another one of those cryptic messages? No thanks. The last one drove me right into the clutches of a head case. What the? Ugh. The picture of me. That's the one I did for Murray. He can never get enough, can he? I don't want to know what kind of dough he screwed out of the newspaper for that. Well, what does it say here? Blackmere Castle has a new lord of the manor. It has transpired that the young American Darren M., against whom the accusation of arson has yet to be proved, is the last descendant of the Gordon family. Great. Now everyone will think I've torched my inheritance. And what's even worse, that I'm rich. I'll throw the paper away. A lunchbox. I guess it belongs to Greg. There's just a large packet of toothpicks in it. Does anyone have that many gaps in the teeth? I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. They should point to the entrance, but where and how? Steve, the more industrious of the two workers. I'd really like to know why he's drilling holes in my castle. Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
Why are you drilling holes into the castle?
Oh, it's simple. The foundation walls are full of water from extinguishing the fire. They sucked it up like a sponge. If we don't get the moisture out of the walls, then the whole castle will start to go moldy.
And the water just runs out of the holes? I can't believe that.
Of course not. I'm drilling the holes for these cartridges. There's liquid in them, which crystallizes in the wall and binds the water.
Oh, right. Do you work for free?
No, sir. But unlike Greg, I believe you've got enough money. You have, haven't you?
I own a castle, don't I?
Oh, of course. I was just saying. I mean, you hear all the stories nowadays about poor nobility, and the castle ain't exactly in tip-top condition.
I'm sorting it out. It's a roll of damp-proof sheeting used in construction. The craftsmen should really cover the floor with it so they don't make everything filthy. I guess that's no big deal while the place is looking like it is. I'll leave it here. If I do need some of the sheeting, I'll know where to find it. The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam. I wonder how they got it through the door. A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire. As if the chaos of books wasn't enough, all the drawers have been pulled out just in case. Someone doesn't seem to have understood what a bookshelf is for. I'd love to have a little bit of a rest. Bills, bank statements. Envelopes with nothing in them. Huh, who's this one from? Città del Vaticano, Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican? An empty envelope with the Vatican crest on. 6,000 pounds is paid in every 3 months. No indication of who it came from. It just says here it was paid in over the counter. The last entry is 4 months ago. And the account was virtually empty 2 weeks ago by Valentina Antolini, authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys. This is Victoria's jewelry. Rings, necklaces, and earrings. The White Lady. The Great Mystery. Hey! What's going on here? The blood is gone. But there's a black mark just where I touched the picture. Or was it there already? No, I'd better not handle it again. Boxes full of stuff. I guess no one would have missed it if it'd been burned. A stack of old pictures. Looks like they were rescued from the fire. A lot of them have caught smoke damage. A mattress seems to be a bit too unusual to serve as a hiding place for the Gordons. Oh look, green ghost lamps. Very homely. I've got the right key here. The door's unlocked. These are pipe clips, like metal cable ties. Extremely useful. Quick setting foam, industrial quality, particularly suited to damp areas. Great, an extension cable.
Да, вот это он, конечно, вещей нахватал. Где он там это все носит?
The castle's almost completely burned down. No wonder it's so filthy everywhere. The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. It's obvious that Lewis hasn't seen the inside of the greenhouse for more than 3 weeks. This is in dire need of a good tidy-up. Welcome. Half of it is dried out, and the other half is rotten. That was a bucket for water. Maybe I can use it for something else. What have we got here? A garden hose. Hoses have always brought me luck so far. That must have been one hell of a rake. Now it's just a long wooden stick. The bottom part is broken off. It's very unusual to put carpet down in a greenhouse. The gaps between the tiles haven't been cemented. The tiles here have only been placed loosely next to each other. The tiles here have just been placed loosely on there. There's a trap door underneath them. So where does that lead to? Far down, in any case. It looks like an old well shaft. I've attached the clamps to the stick. In theory, you could now attach even more stuff to it. Excellent. I now have a sort of grappling hook. I'll need to use all my skill here, otherwise it's gonna fall off of the ledge. Got it. A black plastic case. Let's see what's in it. A 10-pound note, a bottle of wine, and a notebook. Maybe it could tell me something about the owner. Aha! Here on the first page it says, Henry Stanton. What did our Henry write about then? Well, that's interesting. He appears to have been some kind of informant. At least, he recorded everything meticulously when he saw any castle residents in the tea room. 3 o'clock p.m. Tea time ends. Victoria forgets to close the horse again. 3:15 p.m. Bates checks the lock. Note, the key is hidden at Old Durgham Gordon. 4 o'clock p.m. Tea room empty. Use the opportunity. 4:30 p.m. Visit of Dr. Herman. And it goes on in the same vein. And here's a drawing of a horse. Let's see. Maybe this Durgham Gordon is here somewhere. Looks like there's no Durgham Gordon among these. The only names are Lillian, Garmer, and Lothar Gordon. The other pictures just have the year. If I knew which one of them had lived when, then I could narrow down the choice. Durgham Gordon, let's see. Ah, this is him. Married to Lillian Gordon. Durgham Gordon, let's see. Ah! Lillian Gordon was Durgham's wife. Her portrait was painted in 1662. Here's one dated 1659. It could be Durgham. I can't make anything out at first glance. There's nothing unusual on the back either. The piece of... Maybe it got broken in transit. It doesn't look like the piece just broke off accidentally. It was sawed off. What's this? There are 7 small holes here. The holes vary in depth. The frame is charred, but the fire doesn't seem to have touched the picture. A great idea. I'll break the toothpicks off at all the same length, and then put them in the holes in the piece of frame. That way I'll have a copy of the key. This is the horse Henry described in his notes. So, Fury, where's your secret? There you go. It fits. This is the horse Henry described in his notes. I heard a clicking sound. Ha, that's it. Whoa, there must be thousands of pounds in here. No one had better know about this. The inspector would have a field day. I'll just take a few bills with me as payment for the useful Mr. Gregg. Wow, a really ancient letter from Mordred's time, with a coat of arms and a seal. Looks like it was from a king. The letter is from a scribe of Pope Innocent III. It contains instructions for further procedure in terms of the incident with Mordred. Letter from the Holy Father Pope Innocent III to the faithful follower Lord Marcus Gordon, Duke of Blackmere. Esteemed Lord Marcus Gordon, I am writing in great anguish concerning the developments in the case of Mordred. My instructions regarding further modi operandi are to be carried out immediately as follows. Firstly, I demand the utmost secrecy and the sealing of all entrances to the ritual room. Furthermore, an academy will be established to conduct more thorough research into the possibilities for the 5 small portals. Concerning the large portal, all records and documentation are to be sent to the Vatican immediately, as the very foundations of Christendom would be shaken should its existence become generally known. Any talk, thoughts, or writings regarding the Shade Portal shall be deemed an act of heresy and shall be punished in accordance with the rules of the Fourth Lateran Council. Therefore, until the papal revocation to decree otherwise, the Gordons are henceforth responsible for ensuring that no one comes too close to the Shade Portal. With great faith in you and unending trust in God, I send you my apostolic blessing. From the Vatican, 29 Septembris 1213, on the feast day of the Holy Archangel Michael, Innocent III, formed from the earth, conceived in sin, born to be punished. Should man commit an evil act that is forbidden, a shameful act that ill behooves him, a vain act that is of no use, he shall in the end become fuel for the fire, food for the worms, and a heap of putrefaction. De miseria conditionis humanae, on the misery of the human condition. Someone has written something on the back, but the writing doesn't look as old as on the front. The menhir in the hall must be hidden. The menhirs that stand around the castle seem to be directly connected with the demon gates. I wonder if that's what Victoria was trying to tell me before she died. I should note down the location of the menhirs on my map. I'll close the safe again, just in case.